That was the second job. Domino's was lit. I was the one that was slapping the pizzas. You know what I mean? I was the one that was slapping. I was slapping the dough. You heard me? I don't know if James ever told you, and I say this all the time. Like, it got so bad that my mom used to put us in the backyard, just me and him, and we would fight until we couldn't fight anymore. Dead ass. Like, that shit was crazy. Work your 9 to 5. When you get off work at 5 o'clock, you have to go home and you have to get back to work. Oh, you don't have the thing facing.
Are you gonna have it face towards us? Man, James is fucking up already, dude. We didn't even get past the 10-second mark. Damn right. Look, 10 seconds, crazy as shit.
So we're officially recording.
We're officially recording. We are live on the Zoom, live on the camera. We're kind of just waiting for the usual James setup over here.
Right.
But
y'all stay hated on me.
You stay popping, bro. But hey, you look good. You know, you're really looking Wakanda-like right now.
I thought you were gonna say dark.
No, just very Wakanda-like with the black and the gold chain. You got your,
Oh yeah,
you got your little.
Got my little blue ink.
All right, we got ourselves situated. We got the drinks that we needed.
Yeah.
Orange juice, wine, water.
Yep.
Everything G.
We got the Gatorade.
Yep.
The Gatorade that's probably been there for like a
And
week.
whatever those allergy pills are.
Allergy
We got
relief.
that too.
All right, and we are live. Welcome back, guys, to the Why Not Podcast.
Wait,
It's
1 second. Are we looking at the camera?
Well, yeah, you can look at the camera or the viewfinder, or you can. We're gonna talk to each other too. You can
Wow,
look wherever you want.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, he is comfortable.
3, 2, 1. Get it.
Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Why Not Podcast. It's your boy Carl.
And it's your boy James.
We are the podcast. Damn. Okay, so look, now we're gonna have to redo twice of the intro. That's fucking crazy. Let's do this again, okay?
Okay. All right.
This never happened.
Okay.
Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Why Not Podcast. It's your boy Carl.
And it's your boy James.
We are the podcast of when your real podcast ghosts you.
It's okay. We got snacks though.
All up in there.
We do
All
got
up in
snacks,
there.
and actually, we got Oreos.
We do have Oreos.
Yeah.
I was kind of, like I said, chowing down on those Oreos and those wafers before you guys got here.
I mean, it's all good, bro.
But yeah, I mean, like, dude, I just love like coming back over here and just constantly making contact like how we have been. And it's just like it's like I just love being a creative, bro. Like every time, like I'll just be going through like my feeds and stuff like that. Our podcast clip will pop up, and I'm just like, damn, I never would have thought I would see myself laughing it up on this bitch. You know what I mean? With a shitload of views. So it's like, first of all, before we even start the episode, thank you guys so much for all the support that you've been giving the podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. And the reason why we are here on this episode today is because we are introducing a guest. Obviously, there's another person right sitting in the middle of James and I.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed yet,
if you haven't noticed,
or I mean, you could be
you
could be just listening on our Spotify that we all have that you should be not watching, listening to.
Just as much as you watch our feeds, and our clips. But anyway, yes, we do have a guest today, and we are so excited to have him on the podcast. I'll let you introduce him since he is your own blood.
He's my own flesh and blood now. So, all right, y'all. So, very special episode. I've mentioned him a couple times, even though he probably doesn't know. I've mentioned him a couple of times, but today
you need to listen to
we
Spotify.
have.
Right. I need to log in, guys.
Today we got my little brother, Johnny Ekemezie, aka Wi-Fi Johnny.
Wi-Fi Johnny.
Yeah, that was Wi-Fi.
Let's freaking
go. Eventually, what would be cool if you guys have that little soundboard.
With the little sound. Dude,
I don't know how much it is. Probably expensive.
I think there's like a $70 one at Target somewhere.
$70.
That you kind of just clip up to like the audio interface, and you kind of just like.
That shit'll be dope. You press it and it's like.
Oh shit, that's kind of.
Have you never seen that?
No, I have, but I.
You're like the tech guy.
I didn't think it would be $70 though.
I mean, it's not that. It could be worse.
I'm thinking it's like a couple hundred.
That's if you, bro. We only got 5 million subscribers. We ain't there yet, but we will get there. So, like I said, James's little brother Johnny is on the pod today. We are so excited to have him. Before we even jump into any type of thing that we can talk about, bro, let's be real polite and real nice, and just give us your your villain arc, your origin story,
Yeah,
where it all began, all the
Man.
dirty secrets.
Oh,
Even
man.
growing up with this little bitch right here. bro.
Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby.
All right, man. So first off, I'm actually very excited to be here. It's been a long time coming. I've actually seen this podcast from the inception. Right?
Bro went to the ultimate dimension. Just
I really I've seen this shit from like the day, the day. I remember when James was talking to me about it, and it was still kind of like an idea, like it was brand new. So like, shout out to you guys. This is
bro.
great. It's a nice setup. But yeah, what's going on, y'all? My name is Johnny. I am the youngest child in the Ekemezie family. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't even know where to start, bro. Like, where do I take it back to?
Where were you born?
Take it back to like
So
Saratoga.
All right, bet. So man,
Saratoga is crazy.
so like
The Battle of Saratoga.
I had an interesting. I would say like I had some prerequisites or whatever. I think that's the right word. So I own a company called Automotion Consulting, right? And we're definitely gonna get into that. I live in Dallas, Texas now, but I was born and raised in Virginia, Saratoga to be exact. And my like upbringing was kind of, I don't know, man. It was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of bad. Like we got into a lot of trouble. We did a lot of things that we weren't supposed to be doing. I was like in elementary school. I was like the little fat chubby kid. I was funny though. Everybody loved me.
Oh, we've seen the pictures.
Yeah, I was
your
fat
guys'
as hell.
family. There was like, I'm just a kid, and then it's just like all four of you, or is there 5 of you or 4 of you?
Well, it's 5
It's
brothers.
5.
We got a sister.
Right.
Yeah, 5 of us together. Yeah.
You guys just standing next to each other.
Yeah, I was at. Me and James used to fight daily, bro. I don't know if James ever told you, and I say this all the time. Like, it got so bad that my mom used to put us in the backyard, just me and him, and we would fight until we couldn't fight anymore. Dead ass. Like, that shit was crazy. So, yeah. So, but growing up, did a lot of delinquent things, and things I weren't supposed to be doing.
As you should.
Then, yeah,
He's just
like,
agreeing.
really.
He's like, yes, we did.
Yeah, a lot of bullshit. High school, man, like I want to get into it, but I can't really get into
I heard you was him, bro. James told me that you was like, everybody loved you.
Well, I mean,
Mr. Wi-Fi John.
Bro,
Prom king.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've always been the like quote unquote popular kid, but it wasn't really more or less I was popular. I got along with everybody. I've never really had like beef with anyone. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got along with everybody. And yeah, in high school it was the same thing. Played football. You know what I mean?
What did you play as?
I believe it or not, I played left tackle. I played on
You
the
were a
offensive line.
left tackle. Were you still big at that time?
All right, so at that time, I was like,
O-line left tackle, you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, so look, this is what I say, right? In high school, it's like people aren't really that good.
Right.
So
Right.
I was able to get away with it because our offense, we did a lot of pulling. Like the tackles and the guards would pull a lot.
Right.
So I was fast. So, and then I would be able to get leverage under like bigger guys.
Right.
So it worked, bro. It worked. I don't know, it worked. And I was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Way to boast yourself up there, big boy.
I was decent.
Type decent type shit.
Bro, freshman year, I only played like 2 games of freshman football. And they moved me up to JV because they were like, you're decent.
Wait, so there was freshman football, JV, and varsity?
Yeah, freshman, JV, varsity.
What?
So when you come in, you play freshman. But if you're like nice, a lot of times they'll move you to JV.
Oh.
And then so I played JV my sophomore year. And then I started varsity my junior and my
I've
senior
never heard
year.
of that.
I did not make it to varsity.
Yeah, you told
Didn't you
me.
only play for like a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was
Didn't you say you were a linebacker?
No. Yeah.
Did you say that you were
No,
swear to God. What did you say you were?
No, I was a linebacker. Hell yeah. 5'5" linebacker. at
Not
that time.
hitting shit, bro.
No, I was a cornerback.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't even that good at football, so like I was like, let me start breakdancing, and then I got into dance. But
Yeah, then look at you now.
but
But yeah, continue.
back to John.
Oh, yeah, man. So, And then like I mean, I did a lot of like things. I don't really want to like disclose.
You don't gotta talk about what you don't want to talk about, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a very safe, open space.
Is it really?
Like
We've
genuinely,
bro. I've talked about a lot of shit.
no
on here.
bullshit. Like, what was it? You told me about that one story, you and Steve.
Yeah.
That wasn't even like you didn't even think that was ever gonna get out, but it did.
Mm.
And like what the thing that I believe is that yes, you've done dumb shit at a young age, right? But I never like to let the past define who I am. And even if you don't disclose it, but I mean, like, if it might disclose something about a person, James will do an edit, mute it out. But
Right.
I mean, other than that, you can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Are you muting that? Please mute that.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
mute that.
Like, so like it should be like
Immediately.
No, guys, no, all right. We're all gonna say it together, and then I'm just gonna edit out. We're gonna say
Okay.
3, 2, 1. He. All right.
We're saying.
Yeah. No. We're gonna say what he said. Like that he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna say 3, 2, 1. He's.
Okay, ready?
wait. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1.
He's.
There you go. What did he do? I don't know. I edited it out.
Now, to be a bitch of a big brother, he's not gonna take his edit out. He's gonna show your parents, bro.
Like, ooh. I'm gonna just DM them like, hey yo.
But like,
yo.
wait, like
No,
that-
but how did
that's
that
not gonna
go?
be in there though.
No.
right?
No.
I took it out.
All right,
No,
great.
promise.
I bet.
But how did?
How did
I
that
mean,
go?
actually, no. Let me
We don't
not
have to go
even
into
go
it. We
into
don't
it.
have to
I
go
just
into
wanted to know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that,
Yeah. Okay. And then after that, so after that, let's like kind of go into like the jobs that I worked. So my first job was McDonald's, right?
Mickey D's.
First job, McDonald's, very, very, very. I started from, $7.25. That was minimum wage. That's the lowest amount that they could pay at the time.
So-
McDonald's was actually the funnest job I've ever had in my life. Like, cause all of my homies, we all worked at the same McDonald's. So it was like when we went to work, it was like we were just having fun and weren't making shit.
Didn't you say that that's like your guys' is like everybody's first job?
We all worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, like I think my whole family, like
except
like,
Gabe.
Gabe didn't work at McDonald's,
I don't think so. It was either.
but
Gabe
your
or
sister
Stephanie.
did.
Gabe didn't work.
I think did.
Wow.
I don't know now. We all. I'm pretty much. We all.
The majority,
Yeah.
if you were to
Majority
know
of
the
us worked
majority, you worked
And
at
it's because it
McDonald's.
was right next to our house, so like we just walked there. So
Holy shit, that fucking reminds me. Hold on, keep talking.
Oh, you're good.
So that was my that was my first job. After that, I worked at Domino's. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
Yeah. So I would. Yo, this
Oh my god.
fucking idiot. Like, why?
I mean, this is the Why Not podcast. And like,
Going down on a fucking McChicken.
oh, it's Lemmy Chicken.
Yeah, that's why I started. That's why I started laughing. I'm like, why? So you got any Domino's too? What? Like, because
Bitch, I ain't a vendor. I just found this.
no, that was the second job. Domino's was lit. I was the one that was slapping the pizzas. You know what I mean? I was the one that was slapping. I was slapping the dough. You heard me? So yeah, so that was lit. And then after that, I transitioned to, I think I worked at LA Fitness.
Wow.
Worked at a gym, working like front desk, checking people in and
You a
stuff
gym
like
rat?
that. Yeah, I'm not a gym rat, but I do work out a lot. But it's like I work out a lot, but I'm trying to still find like how like my calorie intake and like we can get into that honestly.
Yeah,
That
we'll get
shit
into
is
that,
like
we'll get
fucking frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so then after
Wow.
that, what did I do after that? After that, went off to college. Joined a fraternity, Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Shout out to all the noobs. You hear me? All right. So joined a frat, did that, was throwing parties in school. That was like kind of like my hustle at the time, on top of like the other stuff that I was doing that we bleeped out.
Right.
And then I worked as a student orientation leader. So I was like walking around, I was guiding new students around campus when they would come to the school,
You seem like
like
that
in the
type.
summer.
I didn't even know.
Hey
that.
guys, my name is Johnny.
Right.
And it's just a very welcoming. You see the man with a big smile.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the
It
campus.
was lit. The best part about it though was like, so at the time we were throwing parties and having all these events, right? So what was happening?
I'm already there.
Bro. So look, students would come through, right? Students would come through and like the whole time we're like, yeah, bro, like we're giving them the addies to the function, like, or we're like, yo, make sure y'all pull up. Like they were. Word spread so fast because I had access to all of the new students. So, shout out Tracy, shout out Tay, the whole gang. But literally, we would like use that opportunity to promote all of our parties. That's why all of our parties were always so lit. It was great.
It's because of you. I see how it was going too. I was just like, hey, welcome to the campus. Also, just know.
Right. Just let you know we got
That's game, bro. You gotta know the strats, bro.
He started at an early age.
Yeah, bro.
That is crazy.
So then, after that, then my next job was I worked at Top Golf as a server and bay host.
I love Top Golf.
So it's pretty typical. A very fun job. Fun fact, actually, I worked at Top Golf when it was brand new in Richmond. So I saw it from like the very, very, very beginning. It was cool. It was literally still under construction when we were doing training and stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, and then after Top Golf, this is when things got interesting.
All right.
Like, I guess got a little bit more interesting. So COVID hit, boom. Then I got introduced to trading and like Forex and all that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
boom.
and all of that, bro.
Yeah,
so
give James some advice.
I don't. I got no advice.
Give me advice, bro.
I got no advice. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you still have those NFTs?
Oh, yeah.
NFTs, bro. Are those even still a thing?
NFTs? Hell no.
To him it is.
I own NFTs. They're just collecting dust, but I got them.
Somebody got rich. A lot of people got rich off of those.
Yeah.
But
No, James.
Not me.
yeah.
Moving on.
So I joined a company, and basically this company was like, they helped teach people how to invest specifically like in the foreign exchange market. And I took that shit and ran with it, bro. Like I got really, really into just the whole trading thing, but I was also building the business, which means I was recruiting people. I was trying to get people to join the company because we were getting paid, obviously. So at one point, bro, I was like mentoring. I had like 200 people in my business because I was right next to that next rank, which was 225 people, which would have been like $5,000 a month, right? And it burnt me the fuck out, bro. Like,
yeah.
I was on the phone all day. From the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep, I'm just on the phone, like launching, bro. I could sign up your grandmother, bro. No cap. Like I was just like, I had it down to a science. But it was a lot of work. Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That sounds a lot better.
There you go.
All right, bet.
See, come on, man. We've been doing this for a while now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got locked in. So, yeah, man. So then what actually happened is I got so, like, lit with that. And I was like, okay, like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to quit my job. And I'm going to become an entrepreneur full time. So, and this was when I was only making $1,000 a month with the company. I was like, yo, nah, quitting my job and going all in. So I quit Top Golf and I went all in on that. That didn't last very long.
Wait, you were doing both at the same time? Doing Top Golf and...
Yeah, at first. For like, but like that was like, to be honest, that was only maybe like a month. Because I started making
Until
like
you
$1,000 a month, like in the first like month I was in the program. Like I kind of moved pretty quickly. And the $1,000 a month, I believe it was like 30 enrollments. Right? So I was enrolling like I was enrolling like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go full time. Like boom. So I quit Top Golf. I'm doing that full time. But then there comes a time where it's like burnout, bro. Yeah. I got burnt out. And, you know, people started leaving the business. And then there was, like, a lot of drama in, like, that whole group and team that I was in. It was just weird, bro. Like, a bunch of drama. So, during that time, I then transitioned into tech, right? And then that was like my first time like learning about like business analysts and things like that. So shout out to my guy Brian, right? He knows who he is. Brian's the GOAT. He's the one that kind of put me
Brian.
Shout out to you, Brian. He's put me on into that space. And yeah, so then I got into tech, started working as a business analyst, and then all that. And then while that was happening, I was like, okay. While all that was happening, I was learning about credit. That whole time, I was learning about credit. I was learning about funding. I was learning about, okay, like I need money for these different investments. How do I get it? And throughout that whole time, bro, a lot of people don't know this. I paid $5,000 for a course. Deadass.
Jesus.
For a fucking credit course. But it wasn't just like any credit course. It like taught me everything, but then it taught me like how to dispute items off reports, like just like the whole nine.
Right.
And so I took that course and I did it myself. Like I started disputing negative items off my report, and then I met this one guy named Alonzo, who is now like my business partner. Like we're super. That's my dog, Alonzo.
Shout out to you, Alonzo.
Yeah, and then like I started actually getting funding. I remember the first round of funding I ever got. It was like $40,000 in 0% interest credit cards. I took that money, I put it into an investment. I'm not gonna name which investment because they're actually like going through legal shit right now. But I lost the whole 40. Then I got another 50,000. Took that, put it into another investment, lost it. And then I got another 60,000. Took that, put it into another investment, lost it. I lost about $120,000 in liquid cash.
Fuck.
Hey,
holy shit,
hey,
bro.
We were talking about our debt.
Fuck
Bro,
that.
I'm
G. I'm great. What?
Yeah, bro.
Damn. And on top, like other people paying like student loans and shit that are just as high as that.
So like, bro, when I tell people like, and granted, it wasn't even. Everything happens for a reason, but like those losses taught me I need to like not that I was moving too fast, but I wasn't doing enough like research.
Right.
I wasn't doing enough research on stuff. And I like it teaches you, bro. Like when you lose, like when like you're a baby and they say don't touch the stove, you touch the stove and burn yourself.
Right.
Like pain is the only way to, in my opinion, pain is like the best teacher. Pain and heartbreak is how you learn, in my opinion. And so that shit fucked me up. I was so down bad.
Hey, bro, he's fucking saying facts, bro.
To this day, bro.
We say it all the time.
Right. But I'm saying all that to say, even on top of like losing all that money and taking L after L after L after L, I was still able to, I would say, come up on top, you know, because now it's like I have a very successful business. And it's like I'm currently still looking for different things to invest. I already know what I'm going to be, like what I'm investing in next. I already know, because it's like I'm not afraid to invest into things because I understand what comes on the other side of it. But for anyone that wants to just get into investing as a whole, you have to be prepared to lose. You have to be prepared to lose it. You know what I mean? Like you have to take that calculated risk. Now, all that money that I lost, it didn't bury me, right? Like, because I was like, you know, I was still able to like pay my bills and do things like that. So investing just comes with like taking calculated risks and say, okay, if I invest into this and I lose all of it, right, can I still be above water? If the answer is no, it's just not your time to invest into it yet. Like make some more money and move around and then invest into it when you can be prepared to lose it.
Like be comfortable
with losing it, even though it's never comfortable.
It's never comfortable, but it's better than where you thought you could. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it could be worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. And then so now, man, like now we're just rolling, bro. Automotion, like, yo, I met Michael Vick yesterday.
Oh yeah, he coaches for NSU, doesn't he?
He coaches for NSU.
Wow, and then
I met Michael Vick yesterday. I shook his hand in his office and I talked to him about my business for like 10 minutes.
For like he gave you that time to talk about it.
He gave me that. Let me tell y'all this story, bro. Yo, shout out to Vic. Yo, guys, Michael Vick is like
a dog.
Bro, one of the best football players that ever played the game, one of the best quarterbacks that ever played the game. He was one of the first real dual threat quarterbacks ever.
Absolutely.
The league didn't even really know what to do with him, right? So
bombs.
Great. He was him, right? And to think, I was telling James, I'm like, bro, to think that I went from just having a thought about this business to like meeting one of my biggest, I want to say like role models, or someone that I just, in terms of just athletic ability, and talking to him about the importance of credit and funding and all these things that we do. It's like, I left the room like, yo, like what the fuck? Like,
it's crazy because
it was crazy.
You were recently talking to us about how, oh yeah, man, I was there when the Why Not podcast was just an idea.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, I was there when Automotion Consulting was just on a whiteboard.
Right, yo.
Like, yeah, like you legit had you had a whiteboard in your room, and you just had a whole bunch of ideas. And then, like way later down the road, you hit me up and you're like, "Yo, I need you to help me make like an intro video."
Facts.
And then boom, Automotion
Facts.
Consulting.
I was like, bro. Yo, granted, I was like, so in order to do it, first thing was like, I had to get out of Virginia. Because me personally, I had just outgrown it. In my opinion, I feel like there wasn't anything left for me. Not in terms of just like business wise. It was the hardest thing. One of the hardest things I had to do, because I had to like physically leave some of like the closest people that like mean the most to me. And I didn't know anybody in Dallas, Texas at all. But I was like, yo, like if I'm going to start this type of business, I have to go to where money is. I have to go to where there's a lot of money and a lot of business owners and just people. So I decided to make that choice. But James remembers, you know, when we were in Richmond, like the shit was on my board. And then one day when I moved and I hit him and I'm like, yo, James, we got to bring you out here. I need you to film this intro video. James flew out to Texas, filmed the video, bro. We launched it, and it was just like the shit did really good. And it's up ever since then.
I feel like when it comes to bringing ideas to life, right? And then because I mean, bro, we can go on and talk about it, because James and I have countless videos of just telling people to like, just fucking do it. Like, bro, there's literally nothing that you could possibly lose of just trying it out. And then like what you were saying with like, oh yeah, educating yourself, like getting to know the steps, and then like doing it, and then taking the L. It's like everything is trial and error. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like how we found out like, this is not how we're supposed to do the first episode of the podcast. You know what I mean? We need to invest. Yeah, okay. Like, we listened to the first audio and we're like, okay, so maybe we get mics, and then we get mics, and then we were like, yeah, let's get actual podcast mics. So it's just like, it takes steps. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like what we're trying to tell you guys is that it's not going to come at like the pace that you want it. It will come, and it's just like investing. When it's your time to, it's your time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like when you're in a spot where you're able, and then when you're in a spot like, because I feel like as soon as you try to rush something, and then you're just taking like non-calculated risk, and then you're kind of just like, oh yeah, whatever. It's like you just got to continue to keep going, learn from every L that you do. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is just like, where do you think, coming from like all the things that you were doing in life, like even if it went all the way from like sports to your frat to school and then moving, like that has to take a lot of like ambition. You know what I mean? You got to be super driven to like what you wanted to do. So like for you, when you were starting your business and like everything that you have ever done in life growing up, like what was the thing that like drove you to be like, I'm gonna get my bag, like I'm gonna get this shit? So what was that for you?
Yeah. Yo, you know, it's crazy. Like when people ask that question, like what drives you, right? I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I'll put it this way. Like, I have a certain way that I look at just money in general. And when I say that, I mean, like, what drives me is I want to feel the feeling of, like, money is not an issue. Like, that feeling right there is a feeling that a lot of people everybody can feel that feeling. Everybody can feel that feeling. If you put in the work long enough for a long enough period of time, you can feel that feeling, but it's a feeling that a lot of people will never feel. To sit here and be like, yo, money is not a problem. What does that mean? It's different for everybody. It doesn't necessarily mean making millions of dollars. Not everyone needs to. Yo, can we fucking keep it 100, bro? Like, you know, people are like, no, real shit.
No, we're
bro.
clipping this.
Yeah,
clipping
bro.
this. Say it with your chest.
People are like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, right? Like, I want to make millions of dollars. Everyone is so obsessed with being a millionaire. But, like, you don't need $1 million. Like, if you really want to be a millionaire, that's cool. Carl, if you were making $50,000 a month.
Dude, I'm comfortable.
50 bands a month. What is that a week? Like $1,250 or some crazy, 12,500 or some shit. I don't know if the math is right on that. Right? $50,000 a month. You know, that's only $600,000. That's not even $1 million. Like, that's not even $1 million. That's not even $1 million. So I'm saying that to say, like, you need to just get to a point to where, like, you're comfortable. It doesn't have to be millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
Now, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Make millions. But it's like, bro, like, if a lot of you guys were, fuck 50,000. If a lot of you guys were making $20,000 consistently every single month, was that $240,000 a year, you would be able to do the shit that you want to do. So whatever that dollar amount that is, that money is not an issue anymore, that is the goal of what I'm striving for. Mm-hmm. But not even just, but like me personally, for myself personally, technically I've hit that, right? Money is not an issue. But now my thing is, what drives me is I don't want money to be an issue for my entire family. Like,
right.
My entire family. So that takes like another level of
generational wealth.
Yeah. But like honestly and truly, like, that's kind of where I'm at now with it. It's like, okay, I have to keep going until, you know, my family and everyone that I care about, include whether that's a girlfriend or a future wife or whatever, it's just, that will be the one thing that's not an issue, because life is so hard as it is. Health is an issue. Mental health is an issue. There's so many issues. It's just money, just that thing, that currency, that can't be one. We can have issues with everything else and pray about it and do all that, but that's like the main thing, because I think if you can solve that problem, then it doesn't solve everything. In fact, it doesn't solve most things. Like, money doesn't fucking solve everything. But right. Like, if you can solve that, you can put a lot of more energy into like learning what makes you truly happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Will Smith said something, I thought it was like probably one of the best things he said, and I'll try to quote it as best as I can. But he was basically saying, like, when you're like poor, right? Like, that's a low point, right? Like, you would say, okay, I'm poor. That's a really low point. And you may feel like you have no purpose, right? So then if you flip the coin, when you're super, super, super rich, like Will Smith, someone that's super, super, super rich, you hit another level of like, yo, like, what's my purpose still? Now what? Like, now what?
I got all this cash. Now what?
I have all this cash. I can literally, like, there's literally nothing worldly that I cannot purchase.
I already got everything I need.
Right? So it's like, that same level you felt when you had nothing is that same level you felt when you're at the very top. So what does that mean? What that means is that, obviously, you know, the cliche thing, there's more life than money, but like, honestly and truly, it's like what truly makes you happy and like your spirit and your soul, right? So the way I look at it is, I'm just like, okay, well, if we can all get to that, I'd rather be at that top level and feel like that.
Right.
I'd rather be at that risk and feel like that. And then at least at that point, money's not an issue, bills are paid, I can like actually like just go on the beach and just sit there for a month.
You can do what you want to do.
Yeah, I can do what I want to do. Yeah. Right.
Bills are getting paid. And then also what I feel like that I've heard from a lot of people who have like that comfortable standpoint is like, they could be doing whatever they want to do, but they still got the money flow coming. You know what I mean?
That cash flow.
Yeah, there you go. And then it's just like you're making the money work for you. You know what I mean? Not working for the money. That's from what I've heard. You know, I want to be able to get to that point one day to where it's like I can make like some type of like income to where it kind of just flows, and that it's just growing for you. You know what I mean? Like investments.
Bro, Carl, what you just said is literally the goal of life. Like the goal of life is like everyone's like, if you ever want to be financially free, your number one thing should be like, how can I get it to the point to where money is working for me? Period.
What's
like,
the most? What is the most valuable currency?
Is that a trick question?
No, maybe. Do you guys know?
I think it's time.
It's time.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because money, you can lose money. There are a lot of things that you can lose
And gain back.
and gain back. Time is that one thing that you cannot gain back.
Gone.
And if you ask me, I think one of the most important things in life is being able to control what you do with your time. Now, a lot of us are stuck with our 9 to 5. Those 8 hours, that's your time. That's a lot of currency that you're using. And for what? To get 40 hours maybe of PTO, go on vacation for 2 weeks out of 365 days.
And right back in that bitch.
Just to go right back, to retire when you're 60 years old, to finally cash in that 401k. So I think that being able to invest and have that money aside to where you can finally do whatever you want to do and still be okay financially, whether you're like getting dividends from stocks or whether you have your money invested in something that's paying you back. Like, it is really important to make sure that your money is making you money, so then you can spend that time not necessarily making money because your money's making you money. You spend that time to do what you actually want to do. Like, that's when you actually start living your life.
Bro, literally, money is, the point of money is like, it's literally a tool. Like, guys, I promise you, for you guys listening and everyone listening to this, if you can make the shift in your mind, like when you think about money, this is how I think about it. When I get $1, I'm literally thinking like, okay, where can I put this? Like, where can I put this dollar, right? What most people do is when
he's cooking. Hold on.
Real shit. I'm about to.
No, hold on. Wait.
It's hot
Time
in here.
out.
It's hot in here.
I don't even think it's the lights anymore, bro.
Like, I may like take this.
Where do you put the dollar?
Bro, all right, so let me tell y'all something, okay?
All right, preach.
When you get paid, okay, and first off, everyone watching this, like, if anyone ever told you, like, oh, just start a business and, like, fuck working a 9 to 5 and forget about your job, absolutely not. Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. In fact, working a job is, like, the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Working a job and using that job to build a business or to fund an investment is one of the best things you can do on the side of, like, getting funding and going to the banks, and we're going to talk about all that as well, right? So literally work your 9 to 5. When you get off work at 5 o'clock, you have to go home and you have to get back to work. Like, it's just either you want it or you don't. No one's gonna, you know what I mean? You don't have to, right? Like, no one's forcing you to do it, right? Right now, I'm just talking to the people that really, really want to, with that thing called the rat race that everyone wants to get out of. Like, dog, you just have to just, like, come home, take, like, 30 minutes, an hour, and get back to work on your business, right? But I was saying that to say, if you change your mindset from anytime you make money, anytime you get paid, the one thing you want to think after you've paid your bills is this leftover money. It's like, okay, where can I put this money to make me more? This can be an investment, but it can also be a business. Yeah. It could also be a podcast. Right. It could be anything, right? It's just, and you want to take that money and spend it on that. Like, fuck, like, saving, right? Everyone talks about, like, saving money. Like, I'm not saying don't have money saved for a rainy day, but, like, the point of money is not to save it. It's not to hold on to it. You need to spend it, but you're not spending it on things that aren't going to make you any. You're spending it on things that are going to make you money, or you're spending it on things that you can build to make you money. Now, what I really want to talk about today, one of a few things. The first thing I want to talk about is I want to give all the people listening a step-by-step, like, blueprint on, like, how to know what type of business to start, right? He just turned this like a. Hey,
take your notes. Take your notepad out. Take out the notes app. Take notes, guys.
And you don't gotta pay $5,000 for this
No,
course.
facts.
Bro. My man's putting it out straight to the camera.
Yo, this game that I'm giving, this is thousands of dollars worth of game. So guys, if y'all just feel free to chime in at any time or whatever the case is. I'm gonna roll my sleeves up.
Hey, yo, and make sure that you guys subscribe to the Why Not podcast, all right? Because we're giving you guys some real quality content and some real gems and information for you to really change your lives.
All right, so.
And we have snacks.
Couple things, right? We're going to go over first how to not only know, like, what business to start, but how to either start it or, right, just make money from it, right? You don't have to always own everything. You don't have to be the CEO to get to where you want to go. So we're going to kind of dive into that. And then after that, one of the last things that I want to really dive into is like the step-by-step blueprint on how to start a business and get anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 of capital for that business, even if it is brand new. I'm talking 5 minutes old, dead ass, right? So we're going to go through all of this. And if you just do these things, it's going to work out for you, right? All right, so the first thing is if anyone wants to start a business, right? If anyone wants to start a business, step number one, I want you to go in your room, right? Go in your... He said, fuck that. I got this one. Step number one, I want you to go into your room and lock the door. All right, turn the lights off, light a candle, all right, get a piece of paper and sit there, all right? Don't bring your phone in the room, just sit there, all right? Cue like some, yes, yeah, you can have water, maybe even have a little bit of wine, all right?
Cue some lo-fi,
all right, boom. You're going to sit there and you're going to think, what is a problem that people have, right? What is a very common problem that people have, okay? That's it. And you're just going to sit there and think, okay, like in my everyday, like, what are problems that people have? Like, what are issues that people run into, okay? After you've sat there and you've thought about that, then the next thing that you need to do is you need to say, all right, so I found a problem or an issue that people have. Now, I'm going to have to do, now it's like the second thing is, I need to convince myself that this problem or this issue is something that I can stand on. What does that mean? This problem or this issue is so important that I can talk about it every single day. I can make videos about it every single day. Does it move me? Am I passionate about it? If the answer is no, if you look at the thing that you wrote down and the answer is no, that's not your thing. Scratch it off, right? Eventually, you're going to get to the point to where you have written down a problem or an issue, and you're looking at it, and you're like, this is a problem or issue that I can stand on this. This is important. I can talk about this. I can learn about this. I can obsess about this. Okay, that's step number 2. Step number 3 is, now that you have the issue, you have something that, and you can obsess over that issue, this is the hard part, you either have to create that, you have to create that solution, or this is the part that people miss. You find someone that it has already created that solution and you hit them up. All right? Follow me. So, what does that look like? Step 3A, creating the solution. What that means is you start the LLC, you start the business, you start from scratch. You're the CEO, you're the boss, you're the owner, and you build it. You have to build it. You have whatever that is. This can be like, I know I'm being pretty general, but like this can be anything. But you have to build it. You are the boss, right? Everyone wants to be the boss so fucking bad. I don't know why. Being the boss it fucking sucks. Like being the boss is actually the worst position you can be in. I would rather be an affiliate, but we'll talk about that, right? But anyway, so 3A is you build it, you start the business, and you create it, and you fail, and like you keep creating the solution to whatever that problem is. That's your business. That is what people are going to pay you for. That's how you're going to get rich. You're going to get rich by solving someone else's problem, right? Now, 3B is you're like, look, I don't necessarily need to create this, let me find someone that already has this thing created. This can be a product or it can be a service, right? Let me find someone that already has this thing created. Let me reach out to them and let me figure out how I can make money with them, right? Because again, this is something you're passionate about and this is something that you know people need. And then what do? You reach out to that person and you try to become an affiliate. What does an affiliate mean? It means that you're not the owner of it. Your only job is to connect the dots. So you have the thing that's already built. You found the person, the product, the service. It's built and it works, right? You've done your research. It's built and it works. It's you in the middle that's passionate and you care about it. The people on the right are the customers. Your only job is to connect customer to solution. You didn't own it. You didn't build the business. You're not up stressing at night. You're not the boss. You're not the CEO. You're the affiliate. You're getting paid by bringing people to the solution, right? Guys, that right there is how you either start your business, know what business to start, or know what field you or make money from a business that you're interested in, right? And that is how I got into credit repair and funding, because credit and funding is something, it's a problem. Everyone's credit is fucked. You need credit to get a house. You need credit to get a car. You need credit to get a mortgage. You need credit to get into some certain apartments. If you ever want to start a business, literally ever, you need money to start it. Most people don't have enough time to save money from their, like how long is it going to take you to save $50,000 after paying all your bills from your job to invest into a business that can fail? You could fucking lose it all. So you have to get funding. That's why I chose this lane. And then which lane did I go? I kind of split it in between the middle, right? So I'm the boss, but I'm also an affiliate. I have a team of people that I work with. And that's the blueprint.
And I can definitely second that, because when I first got into creating Easy Media, I just liked creating videos. But something that I learned later down the line is that creating real cool videos and really cool content, that's not going to really make you money. People are going to buy it because people want a cool video, but that's not really adding real true value. I'm not really solving any
We
issue.
had a conversation about this, of how you started Easy Media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I realized that there are a lot of problems in businesses to where they're not getting enough marketing. Most businesses, minus, like, listen, let's be honest, Chinese restaurants, have you ever seen a commercial for a Chinese restaurant? No.
Never.
7-Eleven? No, because they're always booming. All right, they don't need it.
Pause.
I've never seen a commercial for a Chinese restaurant.
You want to know why? Because they're number one. They're all number one.
They're all number one China star.
You don't.
That's
you
crazy.
don't need marketing. It's number one.
That's OD.
Worldwide.
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, when I realized, most businesses, they need marketing. Like,
Every single one.
whenever you go on Instagram, all those ads, all those commercials, like, the reason why you probably bought, like, something that a YouTuber had, some sort of gear that they made, that video that they made, that's marketing. Any commercial, marketing. Like, so many of the things that we buy is from marketing. We may not realize it because that's good marketing.
Facebook Marketplace.
You know, exactly. And so the reason why a lot of businesses will say, "Oh, like, can we collect your data?" We're collecting your data so that we know how to market to you.
Exactly.
And so that's how I got into Easy Media, to solve an issue. And just like Johnny, his issue that he's solving is credit. It's credit. It's helping businesses fund so then they can do what they need to do. So I can definitely second that's absolutely true.
Literally, bro. Like, James, that issue that you're solving, it's like every business literally ever needs it. And this is what I'm going to do, right? If I'm passionate about, making content and filming and pictures and stuff like that, I'm either going to create my own thing like you did, or if I want to just make money from it, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to say, yo, James, you already have the solution. You already have Easy Media built. I don't want to build Easy Media. Building Easy Media is stressful. You're the boss, the CEO. It's fucking stressful. I don't want to deal with that. I want to make money, though. So how about this? I'm going to come to you and say, yo, bro, if I find you people, if I find you clients, every client that I find you, pay me. So I'm the middleman. James is the solution. All I have to do is find the clients. Like, I'm making money from your business and I'm not the owner.
And that's an affiliate.
That is an affiliate, and that is like a little thing that like people are like sleeping on. And I'm just like, especially if you're any type of influencer and you have like any type of amount of followers on social media, like if you are an influencer and you don't have some type of affiliate connection to anything, you're leaving thousands, if not millions of dollars on the table.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, I would ask this question. So, just for example, right, if there was somebody who was just like up and starting, like wanting to become an affiliate program. Now, going into Why Not Podcast, of course, we've had to read through a lot of like sponsorships, advertisements, like stuff that we can do to boost our like audience up. And so we're just looking into like affiliate programs, sponsorships, whatever.
Yep.
But then sometimes affiliate programs come to the point to where it's like, oh, in order for you to get this affiliate program to get accepted by you, you actually need a decent amount of like followers. You need a following. So like if someone, I mean, shit, I feel like I already know the answer to what you would say, because in what I feel like, I'm just going to answer my own fucking question here, bro. If you really want to be involved with the damn program, right? Buy the shit yourself, promote it yourself on your social media, and then just tag them and just constantly do it if you're that fucking ambitious over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then maybe that's how you get your I mean, like, I don't know. I'm talking to the bosses here.
Well, I mean, it's exactly that. It's like, you remember step 2 is like convincing yourself, like, how passionate am I of this thing?
Right.
Like, you have to, the thing that you write down, like the problem, right? Like, you have the problem, and then you have to sit there and convince yourself, like, can I talk about this shit every day? Like, if you can't put your name on it every day, it's just, it's not gonna work. Right. You know what I mean? And so yeah, like, that right there would be like, you're crazy about that thing. You want it so bad. It means so much to you. You'll tag them every day.
And you'll go back to like what we said in the beginning of the video, which is like an important key fact of like investing all this money and gaining this money, is that you have to lose it to gain more.
Have to.
And that's just the number one thing. It's like, if you're not willing to go the thousands, or like, you know, I mean, like I said, I don't know what I'm saying because I've never really done it before. But if you're going to be getting this tangible thing that you have to spend money on, but then you're also gaining like, you know, profit back, then you're actually winning. You know
I'm going to give you a perfect example. All right.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy James from the Why Not Podcast. Just wanted to hop on here to say thank you so much for getting to the end of this episode. This is actually only part 1 of our episode with Johnny, and we do have part 2 coming out in about a week. So if you like what you hear, you like what you see, definitely make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Check us out on Spotify or YouTube, whichever you're listening or watching this on, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.